Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, What the Beck. Today I am going to show you everything I designed and posted on Ravelry in the year 2024. Now, I wanted to do a everything I made in 2024 video, but that is not possible because I make small, quick items for sale at markets and stuff, and I just don't always take pictures of everything. And yeah, it would be over like 300 items at least. So yeah, this is what we're going with instead. But this is fun because anything I show you today has a listed pattern on Ravelry. You can get them. I believe about half of them are free patterns. So you can make them for free for your friends, for yourself, for your cat. We'll get into that. But yeah, let's start. So the first one I made was this Macaron, and that was in May. That was basically one of my first like quick little patterns that I made. I wanted it to look really clean because a lot of Macaron patterns are, I don't know, I feel like they look a little more like chunky and not as like elegant as a real Macaron, which obviously there's limitations in the medium of yarn, but I think mine kind of gets across what a Macaron is in a crocheted way, if that makes any sense. This is a free pattern. There is a YouTube video for it as well, and that will be linked in the description. And yes, please, of course, with any of these, let me know if you make them. Yes, feel free to make a Ravelry project page, post about your progress and all that. I just love to see what other people do with my designs when it comes to like color choice and if they make any modifications and stuff like that. That's cool to me. I like to see how people personalize them. The next one I made was also in May, and that was a really complicated shawl called the Texploration Shawl, and this one is inspired by textures and different crochet stitches. I think in May I was making a bunch of like cardigans and stuff because I've been trying to use up my yarn stash like hardcore this year, and I was getting tired of making the same thing over and over again, so I wanted to design a shawl, and that's what I came up with. It has all sorts of instructions and stuff. I actually had to invent like a new chart version of instructions. It's not like a crochet chart where each symbol means something. It's literally a chart that's like, this section is the first part, this section is the repeat, then there's the center part, then there's the second repeat, and then there's the end section. And it's very complicated, but I really like how it turned out. It is also 100% tested by me. I made all three of the sample pieces, and let me tell you, by the end of the third one, I was so done making it, but they did all turn out so pretty. I mean, just look at them. But yes, if you want to make this one, again, pattern is in the description, and this one is a paid pattern. Next up, we have my striped pastel rainbow sweater, and I did this because I had bought a bunch of this yarn from Michael's to make something for my mom, which I'll put this here in the name of the pattern, but that one's not my design. But I had finished making that, and I had so much yarn left over because of course I had to buy all those colors, but I didn't need the entire ball to make my mom's sweater. So I doubled them up and I made this pastel one. It's pretty simple. I really like how it turned out, and I wear it all the time. It's very soft and warm, and yeah, I just love this one, no complaints. Next up we have Geode, and he is based off of a sulcata tortoise. He is as realistic as I could get him, so he's like as anatomically correctly sized, and all the parts are like on there. I did a really cool connection technique where his head and arms are connected to like a flat panel that you then sew into the shell, so it's kind of more of a realistic layout for like the shell part of the turtle versus the like skin fleshy organs part. He is still stuffed with stuffing, But this one was also kind of a scrap yarn project. I was just playing around with this like loops and threads color gradient yarn that I had left over from a commission, and I made like little hexagons and pentagons and trapezoids, and I turned them into that tortoise shell, and then I just used some other yarn that I had in my stash to make the rest of the tortoise. And I really love how this boy turned out. He actually won a champion at my local fair in the county, and yeah, he's one of my best boys. Oh, and that is a paid pattern. I also forgot to mention that the sweater is a paid pattern, but I might switch it to free because honestly it's pretty simple. Next up we have the bobble bow headband. I made this with a literal like scrap of yarn that I had left over. I don't remember what it was from. I might have like inherited the scrap from somebody. But it was like 100% wool, and I was like, I gotta do something with this. I love the color, I love the gradation of it, and I just went ahead and made that headband. Honestly, I don't wear it at all, so I should probably sell it. But this one has 22 likes, so I think the Ravelers like it. But yeah, not one of my favorites. It is a free pattern though. Next up we have Beret Por, which is a beret for cats, and that basically is what it sounds like. It's a little hat that you can make and put on your cat's head. I'm very surprised that I was able to get a decent picture for the listing on Ravelry of my cat wearing it, but I made this one when my sibling was in France for an internship, and I missed them a lot and they missed baby a lot. So I put the little hat on baby's head, and then I just wrote down the instructions so that anyone else could make one for their cat. And this one actually has 75 likes on Ravelry, so people love this one. It also has like over 100 downloads, which is like crazy. And if I didn't mention, that one is free. Now getting into like the fall time and all that, I made a mushroom cushion, and that one was pretty much a custom request for my boss's friend. And this is why you don't do things without taking payment first. I have made it, and it has sat in my office at work for months, and the boss's friend still hasn't like given her money to give to me. But if nothing else, I was able to make the pattern and put it online. So it is a free pattern. You could go ahead and make it if you want to, but just don't make things before you get paid, unless it's like for yourself and you get paid like bi-weekly or something. So next up we have the girly who ate, and I'm saying this like I'm so happy with this one. I love how it turned out. It's my skeleton sweater. This one like kind of blew up on a Facebook group I'm in. It kind of blew up on Ravelry, and it was just, it ate, it will continue eating. I tried to make it as anatomically correct as possible. I finished it up so that I could show my chiropractic team and in like October, and just I love it. They said that I like missed a vertebrae or something, but I don't mind because it turned out so great otherwise. And yeah, one of my favorites. I am working on figuring out a yarn and gauge combo so that we can like recommend that for a larger size version. I can't adjust the chart exactly for every size possible. I don't have enough human resources to do that, but I do want to make a larger size possible, so I'm working on it. Please believe me. This one got 128 likes on Ravelry, and I'm very proud of it. Basically, I love that one. Everybody else loves that one. It's a good pattern. It is a paid pattern, but yes, it is 10 out of 10. So next we have one that is like responsible for me becoming a YouTube partner, which is crazy to think about. It's my camp blanket pattern, and this is a scrap buster pattern. It is free on YouTube, and it has a paid PDF. I think it's like $2 for the written instructions. And yeah, it's fun. It definitely is a scrap eater. It's kind of like a weighted blanket if you do it as instructed, but you can also do it with like a lighter yarn, or like only one yarn instead of two, and it turns out really nice, and it uses up your scraps, which who doesn't love that. This one has like 53 likes, but the video on YouTube has like, let me check, it has like 22,000 plus views, which is crazy. It definitely left my normal target audience, which I know YouTube is still trying to figure out because I'm like a smaller channel in the grand scheme of things, but it definitely breached into grandma territory, which, hello, if you are grandma, thank you for following me and wanting to make my crochet tutorials or like projects and stuff. I appreciate you. But we did have some mean grannies on that one. Like, there was somebody who was like, oh, this isn't practical and the colors are too loud and all that, and I'm like, okay, there's a million other blanket patterns you can make. Thanks for talking shit in my comments. Anyways, I did like that one. I don't know if I'm gonna make it again. I might make one in like smaller size for like a baby blanket to donate, but of course if it's for a baby, I'm going to crochet over the chains. I'm not a monster. But yeah, that one was also very good. I'm very thankful that that one was able to give me the YouTube partner. Next up, we have the BuildABear Dress, and this one was a long time coming. It must have been like 3 years ago. I got a comment on TikTok of like, I had made just like a free-handed dress for one of my BuildABears, and someone commented, do you have a pattern for that? And they had commented like a year after I actually posted the video in the first place, and they were like, I'm not even sure if you're still active, because like by that point I wasn't really using TikTok anymore. But like, I'm not sure if you're still active, but like if you have a pattern for this, please let me know. So I had that person in the back of my mind, and it just came to one point where I was just like messing around with some scrap yarn, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna finish up another sample of that BuildABear dress, and I'm going to write the instructions down so I can make the pattern for this person. And it is on there now. I really love the sample one. The red and white looks really cute. This one is a paid pattern, but I'm hoping to have a free YouTube tutorial for it at some point. If you really want me to make one soon, tell me in the comments, and I will try to make it happen soon. But that's the plan for that one. And finally, the last design of 2024 that I have posted on Ravelry is my Kawaii Character Bag, aka Sanrio bag. You can do My Melody, you can do Pom Pom Purin, you could do Cinema Roll. Yeah, you could do a lot of guys. You could honestly even use the face shape and just add your own ears for other characters. I was considering doing like an expansion pack thing where I add like Karomi ears and like Hello Kitty ears, but I'm not sure how. Yeah, oh, maybe I'll do that, because I think if I just do it as like for free, that's like, that's the add-on, and then you buy the pattern for like the base pattern. And this is the bag I used to do my tutorial for how to line crochet bag with fabric, so there's that video if you want to watch that. And yeah, that one went over pretty well. People really liked that one. I think when I posted on social media about it, people were pretty hyped, so that turned out pretty good. I really like that little trifecta picture that I have on there. But that's what I designed and posted within 2024. Now, I have been designing other things in 2024. Just a lot of them were either like custom orders that I just either didn't write down because they were really simple, or like something that is so complex that I am still working on getting the pattern together. Some things I will design it and write notes as I go, but then I still have to test it later. For example, Melfi Pony definitely needs another test run before I post that. So yeah, look forward to more patterns from me in 2025, and thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos from me, you can subscribe, and you should like the video if you liked it, because then the YouTube will know what you want to watch next. And yes, thank you so much for visiting my channel, and bye!